Hello and welcome back to another video. I'm just gonna do a quick video today talking about the salary on the JET program, show you my pay slips and like the breakdown that's shown on them, what the different costs are for, and yeah, that's all this video is. So if you're not interested in that, then probably should stop watching now. But if you're gonna stick around, then let's get into it. So I have two pay slips with me. Each year that you stay on the JET program, your salary goes up a little bit, and I'm only on my second year, so I'm gonna show you my two pay slips and you'll see the difference. So the first one is from November 2018, and it looks like this. So we have the base salary here, which is 280,000 yen, and I'm gonna get my phone so I can calculate how much that is in Western money. Yeah, so that's basically almost 2 grand in pounds, British pounds. So that's really not bad, but that's before any deductions. So the first one is health insurance, which is mandatory in Japan. This is 14,140 yen. That's like £100 or so. Basically what that does is whenever you go to the doctor or the dentist or anything here, unless it's like something super elective, then the government pays for I think 70% of the cost, so you only pay 30%, which is a pretty sweet deal. I mean, I'm from Scotland where healthcare is free, so like for me I'm like, whatever. But I feel like for most people, especially like Americans, that's gonna be a pretty sweet deal. Then next you have your employees pension insurance, and this is 25,620 yen. So that's maybe like just a little under £200. I think we get it back when we leave JET. I can't remember how that works, but yeah, that's a video for much more in the future. Then we have unemployment insurance, which is 840 yen, so like a fiver. I really don't know what that is or what a lot of these are. That's that. Then taxable salary, so that's how much they can tax you for, which is a big chunk, 239,400. And then the income tax that they will deduct from that amount, which is the max they can take from, is 6,210. So that's like 40 quid or so. I don't pay anything for inhabitant tax. I don't know what that is, that's fine. I guess no one explained it to me since I don't pay it. Oh, but I pay in this other one. Is something. This is very much a spontaneous video, and I'm realizing as I'm making it, I know a lot less than I realized about my salary. But I will persevere, and hopefully you'll gain some knowledge from it, even if it's just how much you make on the JET program. So the next one is then total salary, which is 233,199. But it's not over yet, so that's basically all of the 1,000,000% mandatory stuff that you can't get out of. And I mean, you'll probably almost certainly be paying the rest of the stuff if you want to live somewhere because of rent and things, but I guess the bottom half are deductions, which, you know, could very easily change at your own will. Like if you decided to move somewhere, or like you made choices about your situation in Japan. Whereas the things up here, like you live here, you're paying that. Like you can't get out of that. First one is social gathering expenses, and that's 2,000 yen a month, which is like £15 or so. Basically all the enkais, the staff parties and stuff like that, the money goes towards that. You know, you don't pay anything at the time, and those are really nice, and they always are at very like nice hotels or whatever, very delicious, fancy, probably expensive meals. There's usually a bunch of prizes and stuff. They by default started taking this out, and I do go to most of the enkais, so I continue to pay it. If you're someone who thinks, I'm not gonna go to any of that shit, then just explain to the teachers that, and that you don't want to pay it monthly. And then what you can always do if you decide, I do want to go to this one or that one, you can just pay the individual cost, the like 6,000 or 8,000 yen or however much it is. And that just may be a more sensible option for you. Also, not all schools will necessarily do monthly deductions for this, and they'll probably vary significantly. Like the top one, I'm pretty sure everyone will pay the same, but again, this is very much open to debate. So like the room rent, for example, this apartment is so cheap. It's 10,000 yen a month, which is nothing. It's like £70. Actually, attached to the payslip is a little receipt bill thing for my rent, which is automatically taken out. The next one is room miscellaneous. I assume this is for when I leave, almost like a security deposit that you don't get back. But like if they need to replace the tatami mats or anything, I don't know. There's other stuff I pay which is separate bills, which is apartment related, and I've asked several times to explain what the differences are, and no one can really explain it, but eventually I'm just like, right, whatever, as long as it's legit, because like I mean, I don't know what I'm paying, but I do have to pay it to live here, so whatever. Maintenance fee is 0. These all seem kind of similar. I guess it'll depend on your apartment whether you pay that or not, or how much. Maybe if it's like you have like some big damage and it's like one specific month they have to pay for it, and then that'll be like marked down on that salary's payslip. But this is very much speculation. And then that's just the total deductions for this portion, which is 15,000 yen, about £100, a little more maybe. So then you take these total deductions away from the salary at the end of the mandatory deductions, and you're left with what goes in your account, which is the number that matters, baby. So, oh, I don't know why I said that. I regret. Cringe. So, the amount of money I was making for first year was 218,190 yenis, which is... Chotto matte onegaishimasu. Basically £1,500, which is a little bit more than I was making in the UK in my previous videography job, which is nice, a nice cheeky little bump there. I was still living at home with my family back then, so I didn't have any kinds of bills, so it probably actually works out about the same in terms of money I have for myself, but whatever, like, you know, it is what it is. And also, there are obviously a number of other bills like gas, electricity, and stuff like that. They all come separately, and I think I'll probably do a separate video about bills. This is just the stuff that's like consistent every week. Things like gas, electricity vary from month to month depending on your usage. And then we have another salary from a year later, 2019, November. So I was in second year, and the initial salary is actually 300,000, basically £2,100. So just a small bump, but that's nice. And let me see here, is everything else the same? Also, unemployment insurance went up by, by 60 yen, so like 40p. The amount they can tax is more because you have a higher salary. I guess it's a percentage thing, so taxable salary is a bit higher. And so income tax, what they do deduct from that is 6,850, so that's about 600 yen more, about £4 more. Really small numbers. The biggest change is the inhabitant tax, which now exists, which is 2,100. I think that is something that you only start paying after the first year. That's like more like 15 quid, a little over 15 quid a month more. But you're left with about 20,000 yen more in your salary after the mandatory deductions, which is about £150. All of the bottom row deductions are the exact same, so yeah, so I'm left with exactly 235,334 yenis that goes into my account at the end of that process. What did I say it was before? About 1,500? Well, now it's about 1,650, so it's about 150 quid more, which isn't no bad. That's 350 quid. You're doing the exact same job, no more responsibilities. If anything, it's easier because you're sort of more used to it. So yeah, that's pretty great. I'll put on screen now the salaries you get third through to fifth year. But yeah, that is how much money I make here on the JET program. That is how much money comes into my account each month on the 16th of the month. Hope you enjoyed this video and found it interesting and or useful. If you did, give it a like, and if you want to see more about my experiences in Japan, then don't forget to subscribe. I will see you guys next week.